Hey there, welcome to the video. I'm Scott Welsh. We get together every Thursday to talk about trading systems, and this trading system literally shocked me. Okay, well, not literally, it didn't go like that, but I was shocked at this particular topic today, so let's get right to it. First, this trading system I found by accident. I didn't plan on it, hadn't been planning this for weeks. I came across this totally by accident, and it, like I said, surprised the heck out of me. I don't really believe this to be true. I'm going to give you the info. Please test it for yourself. It's so boringly simple. I just can't get my mind around it. We're going to give all the details and the implications of this. So let's get to it. These are hypothetical numbers. Please do not risk money you cannot afford to lose, and read that all from beginning to end. All right, here's an accident. This particular trading system. I like to listen to famous managers talk about trading. I like to listen to podcasts. And I was listening to one the other day, an interview with these three famous trend followers. They manage hundreds of millions of dollars. And they were talking about ways to trend follow. They were all trend followers. And a lot of trend followers are breakouts, meaning price breaks above a high and they get in. Hurdle traders were breakout artists, right? But sometimes you can also trend follow with moving averages. Trend followers love moving averages. They feel like when one moving average crosses another, that is a dead giveaway for a trend developing. They love it. Trend followers who trade hundreds of millions of dollars love breakouts, and trend followers love moving average crosses. And they're saying, well, what are some moving average crosses? Well, the golden cross and the death cross, meaning the 50 crosses the 200. Those are very common. They're famous. I've written about them. We've talked about them. But they said you can also use variations of the golden cross and use a 50-250. I was like, what? 50-250? I honestly had never heard of that. And that's embarrassing to say because I like to look at trading systems, and I have for many, many, many years, many, many, many hours. Yes, I've tested all different types of moving average crosses from literally 7 up to 200, but I had just never heard the 50 and 250 said together. I didn't know that was a real thing, but apparently in the trend following world, it is a thing. And frankly, it should have been a thing in my head. I thought, oh, isn't that adorable? 50-250, it's not going to make a bit of difference, right? What difference is it really going to make? 50-200, 50-250, it's ridiculous. So I have a moving average robot. I have built it. I look at it. I test it. There you go. So it was easy for me just to walk over to my robot and say, okay, let's test it out. So I did that. And because trend following loves big winners, I thought, won't this be silly? I'll put a huge profit target on it and just see what happens. So that's what I did. I did very, very little testing. I thought this was going to be a 5-minute little experiment that I tend to do, and life would go on and I'd have to work on a new topic. Well, there comes the shocker. Okay, it produced a ton of profit. Now, first I looked at it on Forex. Forex is the least likely place I feel for trend following to exist. Most trend followers are what? Futures. Some stock indices, I should say. But mostly trend followers love futures. You get the extra leverage and you get massive moves. But I looked at it on Forex, which for sure is not going to work. It's not going to be relevant at all. Anyway, I put this 50-250, right? This system's been around, even though maybe not this combination. The 5200 has been around forever. Since I started trading, I've heard of the 5200, the golden cross, right? So there's no way a variation of that, even though it's very common, nothing special, there's no way it can work. And one trade is going to make $10,000 on a $20,000 account, or 50%, right? So that's what I tested, $20,000 account. One trade is going to make 50% profit, one trade. Your account can go up 50% in one trade. I mean, this is stupid. I don't even know why I'm making a video, all right? But here are the results. Eurodollar daily chart started in 2003 to 2019, $64,378 with a $9,800 drawdown. Look at the profit factor. Ridiculous. 99.9% accuracy, of course. 8 profit factor. Come on now. Let's check this out. Short positions won were 87% and the long positions were over 66%. Okay, this is ridiculous. I went for 50% win on one trade and it won 87% of the time. Now, again, please look at this for yourself. I just had to get this out of my system. I had to share it. I'm not selling it. I'm not saying anything. What I'm saying is here's the research done diligently, okay? Only 14 trades. Clearly, though, this is not going to trade a lot, right? Because we're waiting for the 50-day moving to cross the 250-day, and we're staying in long enough to get 1,000 pips of profit. That's ridiculous. You're going to get a trade a year, maybe. If it stops out, maybe you get 2. This is long term. Trend followers are. But I mean, look at these numbers. Come on now. Come on now. Here's an example. This is off of my multi-charts. There's the 50. There's the 250. Moving average crosses. You get in at the open of the next bar. I mean, this is so simple. Do you see why I was shocked? There's no way this works. And this was a recent trade, I think 2017-ish. Look at this. And it just went, oh, look, went in my direction, pulled back. But I'm just waiting for a 50% winner, 1,000 pips. And this is trading one full lot. 1,000 pips, and that's a winner. That's what it looks like. Super complicated, right? Even a child could do it. Again, the win percentage is over 60% if you average them for both. There's over a 60% chance of making $10,000 on a hypothetical $20,000 account. Think about those odds. Go to Vegas. Think about the implications of this. You put this trend following thing on tomorrow. Put it on your charts. Set aside a small account. Boom. You have over 60% chance of making 50% on that account. I mean, do it one time. I mean, there's all sorts of things going through my mind. Let's just try this for once. If we stop out, so be it. But let's just put it on. We got maybe an 85% in the short trades that we're going to make 50%, right? It's ridiculous, right? This is way better than roulette. I mean, it's not even the same universe as something risky like roulette. See, do you see why my mind is just melting? All right, this was in the free weekly newsletter. I went for 1,000 pips. The stop loss for long trades was 160 pips. Stop loss for short trades was 530 pips. They're not the same side of the market, so you need different stop losses. I know, I'm just telling you. You move to break even at 600 pips of profit on the long trades. So if you get 600 in, move it to break even. Whew, now we can just let it run. Only 550 pips of profit for short. So if you get in profit for 550 pips on the short, you move it to break even and there's nothing to risk. Trend following, specifically moving average crosses, have been around for hundreds of years. Yes, real research by real academicians have studied this. It's real. This system's been around, and you can make 50% on a trade with that win percentage. And I flopped it over onto multi-charts. You saw that, and it worked the same. Like, the numbers were nearly identical. Same amount of trades, even though 2 different platforms, the way they calculate daily bars, slightly different. It worked on both using these parameters. Is that just crazy? Am I the only one that thinks this is crazy? Why are we trading short term? Why do I have 15-minute robots if this is what I can do? Like, I just can't stop thinking about it, okay? Now, all right, I'm not selling you something, so there's no reason for me to tell you, right? I'm not asking for your money. But is it just stupid curve fitting so I can make a cool video? No, I don't believe it is. Because 50-250 crosses worked on the ES.D, actually, to be specific. Test it out. Now, I did modify the stop loss a little bit for futures, obviously. I also put it on the dollar Canadian and Forex. We're going to see the results in a second. Slightly different stop loss. I lengthened it out a little bit because it has a different personality. But basically the same, still went for 1,000 pips. And I talked about the pound dollar in this week's newsletter. If you're not on the newsletter list, get on it. You get these free settings, whatever. But it worked on the dollar CAD and the pound dollar also. Like, I'm just looking at stuff and like it's working. Like, you're getting these huge, massive winners. So put it on your chart. Put the one I gave you for free today and test out some others. I'm telling you, it's wild, wacky stuff, right? And here's the dollar CAD. Stop loss was moved to 520, 400 for shorts, break even 480 for long, 500 pips for short. Look at this, 54,000. Drawdown was a little bit bigger, still under the 20,000. Still got 85%, 57%, still only 14 trades, still profit factor. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Trade them both together. Maybe trade them both the same account. I don't know. Like, I just feel like we have so much possibility here. I hope I'm not the only one. I hope this is not boring to you because I am just beside myself. As I said, I'm blown away. that simplicity, right? This is not a complicated thing. This is not a black box. This is trend following. It's been around forever with some offhanded remark, right? It's just crazy. I mean, the confidence level in a moving average cross of this nature on a daily chart should be through the roof. There's been testing on this, people. This is not a fly-by-night thing. I didn't make anything up. And the odds of getting $10,000, you bet a full lot in Forex, I mean, are very good. I mean, that's just, how many times I got to say it. Now, last thing I'll say before I go, you need patience, obviously, right? There's how many of us could sit through a 1,000 pip winner? Raise your hands. Not many, but maybe that's our problem. Maybe we need to do better. Maybe we need to be able to sit down and stop trading 15-minute charts and wait for 1,000 pip winners and make a crap load of money. I'm yelling at myself. I apologize for raising my voice, right? This is seriously on my radar. I'll tell you if I'm trading this live, but I was just amazed by this, and I have thought about little else since. Okay, there's lifetime memberships are back. If you want this robot and any others, of course, there is something you can buy. Hooray! There's a link if you want to go there. Get on the free newsletter. I give out settings for systems like this that I come across. Love to have you on board. Okay, that's all for this week. Quicker video, but man, it was exciting. Well, at least it was for me. See you next week. Bye for now.